Andy Smith. I have been a resident of this city for 34 years. Well, I'm not a native. I hail from Kansas City, Missouri. But shortly after moving here in 1983, I joined, along with my then partner, what was then known as Black and White Men Together, now Men of All Colors Together, Philadelphia. It was one of about 8 organizations that together formed the Coalition on Lesbian and Gay Bar Policies to respond to charges of persistent discrimination at gay and lesbian bars in what was not yet known as the gayborhood at the time. Anyway, basically, there was a group of about, I'd say, 8 to 12 people, including my partner and I, who formed the committee that did the actual study and survey. It consisted of 2 parts over about a 2-year time span. We interviewed, or attempted to interview, either the owner or the manager of every known lesbian and gay bar in the city at the time to ascertain what their policies were with regard to admission of patrons, cover charges, employment, how positions were advertised, and any other aspects of the operation that may have pertained. Then we followed this up by sending out teams of observers, either singly or in pairs, to actually just go to the establishment unannounced, spend about an hour or 2 there at random times, and record what the breakdown of patrons was, whether people were asked for ID. If so, was it being done consistently? What the breakdown of staff were. Were there any publicly posted policies, a dress code, an ID policy? What we found, well, first of all, we must say most of the bar owners, including at least one I know who's here tonight, cooperated with the survey. A few were holdouts, and one of the interesting ones is that it was one of the holdouts was the manager of the bar where Eye Candy now sits. That bar changed hands while the survey was underway, so we did not consider our findings valid for it under new ownership. What we found, though, was we could not find we found very few easily identifiable, definite acts of clear discrimination. What we did find was what we called a pattern of exclusivity, which is, yes, this was where basically certain establishments created an atmosphere or tried to do things that, made it more comfortable for some people to be there and less comfortable for others. There were some places that, for instance, inconsistently applied stated ID policies. One of them at the time was one of the most popular clubs in the neighborhood. There were some places that charged a cover for people with Pennsylvania driver's licenses and didn't for those with out-of-state ones.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I just want to let you know we're at 3 minutes.
Oh.
But you can wrap up.
Yes. Anyway, one reason that it's hard sometimes to prove discrimination is you don't have a smoking gun like we had in this instance. People tend to self-segregate. People tend to, try to create, as I said, certain environments. But we did recommend at the time that uniform policies be adopted by all the bars, that all the bars basically, encourage patronage by anybody, and that community groups avoid holding public events, meetings, and the like in places that did not adopt our policies.
Thank you.